All right, cool. Now that I got the recording going, just want to make sure again you're good with me using this down the line for whatever. All right. So
Do your thing, do your thing.
this is Peter, one of my good friends from school, and yeah, let's. So this is your first mock check ride, right? First
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You haven't done it with an instructor yet.
Nope, not yet.
That's what your stage check is, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All
that
right.
stage check will be full on mock, but I figured I'd get two in.
Yeah. Get ahead of the curve. So
Yeah.
yeah, so the first thing is, I mean, when you get into your check ride, the DP is gonna, ask you for all your documents, and well, I guess that's the first question is, what do you need to bring to your check ride?
So we have three documents. So our medical, which is I have a first class,
Okay.
photo ID, government photo issued ID, and then your pilot's license. In this case, my student pilot license.
Right. Okay. All right. Great. And then once the DP goes through all that, and also you need your logbook as well. You need to bring your
Oh yeah,
logbook.
logbook.
Just she'll go through all the numbers and everything, make sure everything is looking good in that regard. So then there's three possible outcomes of a check ride. You got satisfactory, unsatisfactory, and incomplete. Satisfactory, everything was within standards.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you momentarily fall outside of standards, so let's say your steep turns, you get 100 feet plus or minus. Let's say you barely pass it. Just say 100 feet low. I'm adding 200 RPM, and at least if we start trending in the right direction, that shouldn't be an immediate fail.
Yeah.
Things maybe like your short field landings, you get plus or minus, -0, plus 200. That probably, if you land short, that'll probably be a fail. But generally speaking, the DP is just looking for safe. They just want to make sure decision making, all that jazz is all
Yeah.
good. Incomplete means unsatisfactory or airworthiness. Whether you get sick, you get tired. When you get out of the oral, it'd probably be a good 2-3 hours. Like what we'll probably do, and even now you'll realize when you're done, you're pretty roughed up. And last thing you want to do is try to perform at your absolute best. But if at any time you want to, call it, it's your check ride. They can't, do whatever. You know how much they are, so don't risk it if you're even feeling a little bit. Unsatisfactory is if you're, consistently outside the standards. You go minus 500 feet on a steep turn.
Yeah.
You get into a spin on a stall, whatever, stuff like that. So that's not great. So I guess we'll just start off with is, what plane are you going to be flying in?
So we fly a Piper Archer. It's horizontally opposed, okay. Air cooled, naturally aspirated, direct drive, and then.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to stop you right there, just real quick. One thing I know is for the check ride, specifically for the DPs, if they ask you a question, it's just yes, no. It's the most absolute minimum answer. Do you know what time it is? Yes, that is the answer. Don't go anything on. Otherwise, they will dig you in a hole that you will not be able to get out of. So for airplanes,
just hit them with.
Piper.
Yeah, I know it. Piper Archer. Okay.
Yeah, Piper Archer. What year is the Archer?
Depends. We have around 2023 to 2025.
Okay.
So
and what's the engine make?
It's a Lycoming IO.
Just Lycoming.
Lycoming. Okay. It's a Lycoming.
Yeah. Lycoming engine. Or maybe you could expand on that one, but or yeah, actually, go ahead. What's the IO on that one?
It is our fuel injected configuration.
Okay, and what's the numbers after?
360. So 360 cubic inches of displacement, and
that's it. Yep, good. How much horsepower does that produce?
180.
180, and that's at max RPM. What's max RPM?
700.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Will you always give max RPM?
No.
Right, especially in the heat.
Yeah. Yep.
And you said
performance and stuff.
it's fuel injected, correct?
Yeah.
Fuel injected. What's the advantage of fuel injected over like a carburetor system?
We have better or throttle response,
Mm-hmm.
better fuel efficiency, and we are not as subject to carb ice.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Any icing, yeah.
Right. So let's say, okay, what? Yeah, that's pretty good. Is there any advantages in like temperature as opposed to a carburetor system for like starting specifically?
It's easier to start in colder weather.
Good, good. All right. So let's see. You don't have a carburetor, so you have a fuel injected. You can get stuff like vapor lock, which and of
Mm-hmm.
course it's going to be more expensive. Let's just go over to carburetor systems regardless, because your private pilot certificate allows you to fly any plane, not just your flight school plane. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is a carburetor? Just generally speaking.
It's how we mix our air and fuel ratios. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it
So
mixes air and
it's
fuel
essentially how we
before
can.
entering the
Yeah.
cylinders.
Yeah.
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 What is a risk of using carburetor? Like, what's the big deal about carburetors? Why do you not
Carb icing.
carb icing? Okay, when can you
Yeah.
get carb icing?
You can really get it any temperature. It usually it'll form in the like the venturi area where you get that low pressure air, which is cooled. So then essentially you are at risk of building up ice there.
Right. Okay. And then, okay, let's say worst case scenario, you get ice. What do? You just call it a day and
Turn the carb heat.
okay, carb heat
Carb
on.
heat for sure.
Let's see. Is there anything else connected to that carb heat, even in your plane, just in general?
What do you mean by anything else connected to it?
Is there anything else that uses heat? Is there any other system on board that you could, let's say a passenger
Our
gets a
heater?
little, yeah, cabin heater.
Our
Okay.
heater? Yeah, cabin heater.
How does the cabin heater work? Where does the heat come from? It's not just,
Yeah. We have there's this around the manifold, the exhaust manifold.
Mhm.
There's another thing around that essentially the exhaust gas heats up that air and then it pumps it into the cabin.
And what's the risk of that? Like, let's say there's a crack. What's the risk of that?
Mm-hmm. Carbon monoxide.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Do you know what type of hypoxia that is?
Is it hypemic?
Yes, it is. Yep. Hypemic hypoxia. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's good. Okay. What are V speeds? What's a V speed?
It's a chart of speeds that we used for different all phases of flight.
Okay. Can you give me one for example? What's a VFE?
VFE is our max flaps extended speed.
Okay. What's your stall speed with no flaps?
No flaps is 50 knots.
Okay, 50 knots. Is your stall speed affected by weight?
No.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna go with yes.
It's not. It's not affected by.
It's not okay.
Not affected by weight. What about bank angle? Let's say you're in a steep turn, and you crank that sucker over to 45 degrees for our steep turns. Is stall speed gonna change with bank?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you
Yeah.
know roughly how much? Let's say we go to 60 degree the bank.
Is it? Um, I remember. I don't remember it. Was it like one? No, the
It's
1.3
about two. It's
was
about two at 60.
2.
Yeah, it's about
Okay.
twice. I mean, so if your stall speed's normally 50 and you're in a steep turn, what's your VA? What's your maneuvering speed?
It's 89 to 113, I
Okay.
believe.
And why is it a range? Why is it a range?
Um, for weight,
Okay.
and then our center of gravity.
Okay. Good. So, explain that. Why does it change with weight specifically? I mean, is
Um,
there what about it? Why? Just why?
because we need, you know, we have our 4 forces of flight,
Okay.
and so when we're heavier, we need to we need more power to stay in the air, and so.
I get where you're going.
These
It's just how to word
performance
it.
questions.
Yeah. No, I
These
know, man.
performance questions.
So I know the performance sucks. It's mainly just momentum. You need more speed. Think of if you're trying to push a couch against some carpet. You're going to need a lot of strength, a lot of speed, a lot of momentum. Once you get going, it's easy. As
Yeah.
opposed to I don't know, a box of styrofoam. It's easy because it's lighter. You don't need as much force. So it's mainly just how much speed you need to have sufficient amount of lift to actually keep you into the steep turn without stalling.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. That's good so far. You have a primer on board?
In the fuel injected, no. But the carbureted planes do.
Okay, no primer. That's good. Let's say what? Okay. All right. Well, then we'll just skip over that because that's a whole section on primers. How much? Well, let's talk about your fuel system. How much fuel can this plane hold?
50 or 48 with not including the 2 gallons of unusable fuel. So
Why is it Why is it unusable?
Because we have water's heavier than our fuel, so it tends to sit at the bottom.
Okay.
And there's this inch, or I don't know how big it is, but there's this inch of leeway that the fuel could sit at the bottom.
Right.
In the case that there is, water in there mixed in, it doesn't get into the engine.
Right.
So that
basically it's just the intake is not at the bottom. It's a little bit above.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. And then you have a low wing, so it's not a gravity fed system. It's a pump. What is the risk associated with that, as opposed to gravity? Because in my Cessna, we just leave it on both, and we don't ever think about it.
Yeah. One could be uneven fuel distribution. So if we forget to change our fuel tanks, we're going to be a lot heavier on one side than the other.
Right. That's one. Let's see here. What's the procedure for switching tanks?
Fuel pump on.
Okay.
I like to give it a second or two, just kind of lag. Don't really jump into it, and then fuel pump.
Okay.
Or then switch the tanks.
Okay. Let's say you just you go to switch it over, and the engine starts backfiring, and it's acting rough. It's not sounding good. What are you gonna
do? Make sure the fuel pump is on.
Okay. And it is on. So what are you gonna do?
Okay.
You're on the left tank. You're gonna switch to the right tank. It's your time to switch fuel tanks, and it starts popping, making weird noises. It starts backfiring. Are you gonna leave it on the right tank?
No, I'd probably start with switching it back to the left tank.
Yep. Switch it back to left tank, and issue goes away. We're good.
Okay.
So, probably terminate the flight and
Yeah.
call it a day. Yeah. Okay. What kind of fuel does this plane take?
100 low lead and 100.
Okay. All right. Well, you dug yourself in that hole. What's 100? Why both? Why both types of fuel?
I have no clue.
All right, I got you. So, 100 low lead's normal, no octane. You use 100 in emergency if we don't have 100, and for whatever weird reason the place has 100.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So that's 100 would just be like, we're going to California, and the only close airport has 100.
Sure. Or and even then, that's like if there's an airport nearby that has 100 low lead, just go to the airport that has 100 low lead.
Okay.
Even then, I think 100 is pretty rare to find these days. I think it's only in like Canada or weird places.
Okay.
Okay. What color is 100 low lead? Let's say you look down in the tank, and what color are you looking for?
Blue.
Okay, good. And what are your VFR fuel minimums?
So with the FAA, during the day is 30 minutes, and then at night it's 45.
Okay.
But per my school is hour, day, and night.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. Let's get into the electrical system, because this is always everybody's favorite. Give me rundown: battery, voltage, amps, all that jazz.
So
do you know is it a 12-volt system? Is it a 28-volt system? 14-volt system?
I think it's a 12 volt.
Okay. All right.
And our alternator is a 70 watt or 70 amp.
Mm-hmm. Do you know why the alternator is more than the battery?
Because the alternator is ultimately what is giving us all our power. We just use the battery and engine start to, get the alternator going.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's say, worst case scenario, you lose electrical. Is your engine gonna quit?
No.
Why?
Because we have magnetos, which are completely separate from all electrical sources. They are engine driven. So,
what is a magneto, and how does it work?
It's basically like a motor driven by the engine, and it just creates electricity and sends that electricity to our spark plugs, which is how we get our, ignition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Good. Let's see. Okay, so spark plugs. Okay, let's say you take off to go to your flight, and you see your low voltage light pop up. What kind of troubleshooting steps are you gonna go through? You're cruising along, and you see your amp meter. Do you have an amp meter on board?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see it start popping into the negative.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you gonna do?
I would probably check my circuit breakers, make sure everything's in.
Okay, one of them's popped. It says alternator on it.
Turn the alternator off, pop it back in, turn the alternator back on.
And let's say you turn it back on and it pops again.
Then we don't put it in. We turn off, then we start running our alternator failure. So
right.
Alternator off, and then we'll leave the alternator bus out, and then all non-essential buses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. There's a little number on the circuit breakers. Do you know what those numbers are? No, it's the amps that's how many amps before it pops. That this is
Okay.
a little bit advanced. I don't think they'll ask this, but when you next time
Okay.
you go for a flight, whatever tomorrow, you look at all of them. It'll say 17 or whatever. That means if it exceeds 17 amps, it's gonna pop. Um,
And it's in amps.
yeah, it's in amps.
Okay.
And ask your CFI as well. Just make sure I'm not dumbfounding that one. Okay, so let's continue with this scenario. So you're flying, and I'm out of time. No, there we go. All right, so yeah, you're flying, and you're all. So you went through this troubleshooting. The alternators failed. Great. We're about 45 minutes away from Deer Valley. Where? What are you gonna do?
We should be good because the battery has an hour of life in it. So
Okay. Are you sure it's an hour?
30
It's
minutes.
30 minutes. It's
30 minutes.
Um,
Okay, so then we would find an alternate airport.
okay. Let's say the only place in between, everybody else got wiped out. The only place that you're going to be passing over is Wickenburg, and there's nothing there. There's just a paved runway. Are you going to land there, and then call for help, or?
So is this?
So you're cruising.
We still have the battery. We're like using the battery right now.
We're using the battery. We are. We're on our way home. We got about 45 minutes, and the only airport between here and there is, some random hobo backcountry airport that there's no services, there's no AWAS, there's nothing, just a dirt strip in the middle of nowhere. Or you can continue and make it home. What's the plan?
Well, we could use our emergency battery.
Emergency battery, okay. Okay, well, let's say all that's gonna fail. We need to get to where we're going, and we're gonna run out of battery before then. This is a tough. I couldn't get this until I learned about it. I was like, oh, I didn't know you can do that.
Yeah, that's
All right, I'll give it to you. It's you can turn off the master. Your engine's not gonna quit. Turn off all your electrical. I mean, you're outside the Mode C veil. Sure, it's not going to be great. You're not going to have radios. You're going to be flying visually, but you can just fly.
And
back.
then we would just go on to
when you get back, just turn it back on.
The lost. Okay.
I mean, you're saving your battery. You're not wasting it on anything. So just shut it off. Obviously, at night and you have your lights and stuff. Yeah, that's going to be a difficult choice. You got to manage, but if it's day VFR and it's perfectly clear, and right before you get back into the Mode C veil, just click it back on. And I mean, do you have like ADSB out in like a Sentry or? Yeah, just use that. You got your GPS. You know where you're going. You got ForeFlight. So, like I said, it's not going to be great, but you do what you got to do. So
you're saying just save it, turn it off, just get to where we need to go, and then we could turn it back on.
Yeah, right before you get into the Delta, turn it on, make your call. You got 30 minutes, so I mean that's if everything else fails, alternator fails, you can't fix it. Then the other thing is for the alternator, you could try recycling it on the master switch. The alternator side, you could try recycling that. But yeah, other than that, I mean it's just turn it off. If you can. I mean, if you're in the middle of the Bravo, that's not a good idea, but,
Yeah.
If you're in the middle of why not? So, okay, yeah. What kind of instruments do you have on board? You have
we use the G1000. So, unlike the regular six-pack, we have our AHR system.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of what we use that substitutes, all the traditional six-pack instruments.
Right. Okay. So 8 hours. You have like a G5 or anything?
For the standby,
Yeah. Or what are your standbys?
uh, let me see. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. You don't ever think about it. You just you're flying.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's a G5.
Okay. All right. Do you know how much battery
Yeah.
that G5 has?
30 minutes.
It's 4 hours. That G5 has its
4
own
hours. Okay.
separate battery. So worst case is you shut off the master. You're gonna probably lose your G1000, but you got that G5 and you can fly for a good 4 hours before getting back to wherever you need to. So yeah, that's that so far.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going good. You're doing pretty good. So, okay. So, what is in our POHs and in the Cessna POHs, and I'm sure in the Piper, there's two different kind of terms: land as soon as possible or as soon as practical. Um, what is a scenario of both? What would be a good idea of both?
Land soon as possible. Low oil pressure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, are you going to land it in a dirt field?
Engine failure.
Yeah. All right.
Engine fire.
Yep. So soon as possible, get on the ground, fire, failure or something. Soon as practical. I mean, your electrical system. That's not a super emergency. Now,
Yeah.
just turn off the master and cook on home. But okay, yeah. So soon as possible, you get a fire on your wing. What are you gonna do? Let's say you look out to your right, you see some smoke building up.
Yeah.
Obviously not great. Um,
Would turn our fuel selector off, fuel pump off,
mhm.
close our defroster, and then emergency descent. So I think it's 35 degrees bank at 125 knots
Okay.
descent.
And which way you want to bank? I mean, the fires. Let's say the fire's on your right wing. Do you want to turn into the fire? Or you want to turn, I guess, away from the fire?
Away.
Okay, yeah. So you want to keep the smoke farthest away from the occupants and the fuel on board, of course. And then, yeah, it should go out and, just pitch for VNO and all that. What are your primary control surfaces?
We have our ailerons, elevator, and then our rudder.
Okay. And what are some secondary control surfaces?
Flaps, trim. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. How do the primary control surfaces work? I mean,
like how do they
move?
Like,
yeah. I mean, is it like a computer that's doing it, or is it?
Is it by wire?
Yeah, it's just wires and pulleys. That's really it.
Yeah.
What about your secondary control surfaces? What about your flaps? Are those electric?
They have actuators.
Okay, so you pull a lever and it snaps it in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Okay, let's say for whatever reason the flap handle broke, and you're coming into land. What is that going to affect your approach speed?
Yeah, greatly.
Yeah, yes it is. If you don't, blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. So let's say you pull the lever and you notice only one flap comes down on, I don't know, pilot side. One flap comes down. What's the plan?
Probably try and mitigate, our control the plane. So like I would imagine if we lost our right aileron or our right rudder flap
Mm-hmm.
and had full flaps on our left wing.
Well, it's just first notch of flaps. We go to pull it. We look left. We look right. Left one's down. The right one's not. Just the first notch. Are you going to exceed your flap speed?
We'd have to be careful of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I've never even thought of that.
Yeah. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. I mean, first thing I would do is let's cycle through the flaps. Try to well, if it's stuck up, try to get it back down. Let's say okay, if it gets back down, great. Just don't land with flaps. If it does, I go to pull it and the other side comes up or comes down, then great. We'll just land with 2 flaps. That's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you get one side stuck and the other side, they're both stuck, one's opposite of the other, then just try to control it you best you can. You don't, exceed your speeds or anything. Especially if your flaps are, let's say you get them stuck all the way down, you're just going to fly super slow all the way home. And if they're stuck up, then just land fast. I mean, we've done no flap landings. They're exciting, but yeah. So what are your flap speeds? What's your VS1 and VSO and all that?
So VS1 is our stall speed clean.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 50 knots. And then VS1 is landing configuration. And that's 45.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that works. I mean, again, not a great situation. This is more likely to happen in like an electrical one where you pull the handle and it slowly rolls down. But again, either it's stuck all the way down, you just fly slow. If it's stuck all the way up, land fast. It gets a little tricky if it's one down, one up. Then it's just try to control it best you can. Okay, you have a pitot tube on the side of the plane. What does that do? Or under the wing?
Gives us information like our airspeed, altitude, and then there's 3: airspeed, the altimeter, and then our vertical speed indicator.
Okay, yeah, that's the pitot-static system. Yeah. Okay, let's say, there's bugs everywhere. Let's say a mosquito fucking lands right in the middle of the pitot tube and blocks the front end. What are you going to see on your airspeed?
There's going to be no airspeed.
It's just going to go to 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's say you're cruising along and, all of a sudden you got a big red X over your attitude, airspeed, vertical speed, just everything. Just X'd out. What has failed?
Our pitot tube.
Okay. Is there anything else? I mean, every instrument's gone on the G1000.
It's alternator?
No, it's an air data computer. It's just the system that runs the whole G1000. That's probably failed. Now, if it's just like the altimeter, it's probably the AHRS. Because it'll say, AHRS fail on it. Yeah, it's just air data computer. So, but let's hop back to the engine real quick. We're almost like halfway through, so you doing good?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. What's the 4 compression cycles of this engine?
We have our intake. So there's intake, compression, detonation, ignition, and then exhaust.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, when you get fuel and air, and it takes it in and compresses it, and you got a spark plug to light it, and that's where the magic happens. But let's say for whatever weird reason one of these quits, you get an engine failure. What's the procedure for an engine failure? Rapid cruise.
So we try to troubleshoot.
Mm-hmm.
So switch fuel tanks.
Okay.
Make sure fuel pumps on. Cycle air magnetos. Alt air on. And then try cranking.
Sure.
And in the case it doesn't restart, then we will secure the engine.
Okay. Let's just say it's a real bad day. All of a sudden, you start seeing smoke and you start smelling it, and it's coming right out the right side of the engine. Oil pressure's all the way down, engine temps all the way up. You got an engine fire. What's the procedure for the engine that's on fire?
So, fuel tank or fuel selector off, fuel pump off. Make sure all our vents are closed so we're not getting any flames into the cockpit. And then start our emergency descent.
Okay.
To extinguish the fire?
Yeah, the fire is extinguished. Are you going to try to restart the engine after it was just on fire? Okay.
No.
And then what? You just going to go land and...
Well, then we would run our checklist, so A, B, C, D, C. So pitch for best glide, which is 76. And then best place to land. So any road, any open, anything that is suitable for landing. Mm-hmm. And then we'll confirm our initial checklist for the fire, make sure that's good. Squawk our 7700, mm-hmm. Call emergency, mayday, whatever.
Okay.
And then secure engine.
Okay, so what frequency you can squawk it, declare an emergency on?
Is it 1, 2, 1, 2, 2? No.
You're on fire. And you're going to scramble the frequency. Well, no.
I just saw this the other day, too. I was like, oh, that's probably good to know.
Yeah. I mean, technically, if you're on, like, flight following or whatever, you just key up. They're right there. But you're out in the middle of nowhere. There is no flight following. What's the emergency frequency? $121.5. That's it.
121.5, right.
121.5. And then you said what did you put in the squawk? What did you say you put in the squawk?
7700.
Okay. What is 7600 in the squawk?
7600 is a hijack.
You sure?
Comms.
Yep. 7500 is hijack. What's VFR? Just regular VFR.
1200.
Okay.
1200.
And then I'll throw a fun one just because I just learned this the other day. 777 is one that we're never supposed to use. It's for like, I don't know, whatever. You're never supposed to put it in. I don't know. I just learned it. So all right.
I won't accidentally put it in there.
Yeah, don't accidentally put 777 in there.
The emergency frequency you said was 1215?
1215, yep, that's correct.
Okay.
And also, I mean, technically, every flight that we end, you're supposed to go to the emergency frequency and push the squelch. You're supposed to hear if your ELT is going off. After every flight, you're supposed to... We just quickly go to 121.5, push in the squelch, make sure we're not hearing a loud beep, and that's how we know our ELT isn't, squawking, because it can. It can. It's not ideal. Okay, let's get into some stuff. Okay, so you're flying on your flight plan that we did, right? All of a sudden, we start to encounter some rain, right? Can you fly in the rain?
If it's within the our VFR minimums, weather minimums.
All right, we keep going. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse, and then all of a sudden you can't see the ground. You look down and everything's white, blanket white. What are you gonna do?
We should probably come back.
Okay.
So we'll do our just make a 180.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we're cross-referencing our instruments. Our airspeed looks good. Our altitude isn't going crazy.
Right.
Our attitude is stable level. And then if we're on like a flight following, what I've been doing is calling them. About to sneeze. Call them. Just let them know like we're gonna divert back to Deer Valley in this case.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you do the 180 turn. How long is that turn going to take at a standard rate?
Is it standard rate is 3 degrees per second?
Mm-hmm. Does it say? Oh, you have a G1000. I want to say. Or it says 2 minutes on the thing. It just says 2 minutes.
Really?
Angle. But is that a 360? Is that a 180?
Let's see. A minute?
Yep, 1 minute. 1 minute. There you go. So we hit a minute, and oh boy, you hit a minute, and you keep going, and let's say you're still in white. It doesn't matter. You're going right back to where you came from, but it's all white. Now what?
We could climb and maybe find the tops, but we'd be at risk for icing.
Yeah. Okay.
We're also VFR, so any other IFR flights.
Okay. Well, okay. So you said you're on flight following.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say anything to them?
Can we get, is it vectoring?
Okay. Piper Archer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Advise when you're ready to copy your IFR clearance. Shit.
Not there yet.
Yeah, no, don't say that.
Just ask for help, really. Just
you would declare. Just say this is VFR pilot in IMC conditions. Request vectors to the nearest VFR airport area, whatever. Because then it's an emergency situation. You're not IFR rated, so that's technically illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so they start giving you vectors, and they put you on a heading, whatever. And you look at your display, and it says outside air temp is 1 Celsius. 1. What's the concern at 1 Celsius?
Invisible in the clouds, icing.
Okay. What kind of icing?
There's 3 types.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, we could have, carb ice and structure icing.
Okay. Let's say. Let me pull up my documents. Let's say. Here we go. Is there? Let's say you look out on the wing and you start seeing kind of like a clear, translucent type of ice. Because it goes from about 0 degrees to minus 10 degrees. What kind of icing is that?
That's clear ice.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. So, carb icing's a concern, but again, you're fuel injected, so that's not an issue. Clear icing would be the concern from 0 to minus 10. Let's say you get up there and it's minus 15 to minus 20. Like, it's cold. What kind of ice would you expect then?
Rime ice.
Rime ice, okay. All right. And probably at that point you're mixing it all, so.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. So, okay, so your controls start feeling mushy, and so that's not great, right? You got to get out of the icing conditions.
Mm-hmm.
You're using autopilot. Let's just say you have autopilot. I don't know if you do or not, but you're using the autopilot. And then all of a sudden you go to call flight following, say you got icing, and I need to get out of here now. And you hear nothing. You just hear static on the radio. Why do you think that happened?
Do we have ice on our antennas, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, ice is going to form initially on the antenna. So, yeah, that's going to be the major concern. The other thing is, turn off the autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, yeah, we're in Lost Comms, in IMC. It's just a bad day. We got to get down. So let's say you start descending out of the layer. I mean, you probably would be squawking 7,700 by then. So let's just say you start descending, and finally you break out of the clouds. And I got a little plane here, and let's say you're nose down, banked, like 30 degrees nose down, and you're banked.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to recover from the unusual attitude?
Power idle.
Mm-hmm.
And then get back to level flight and then level the wings.
So would you pitch up first or roll first?
Roll.
Okay, roll
and then
first.
Level out.
And then if let's say you pop out of the top, like you said, and your nose up at a bank, what would you do then?
Full power.
Roll or bank first?
Full power.
Is it the same as going down?
No, I think it's switched. So it's switched. So full power and then level roll.
Correct. No, you want to pitch down first because you're at a high angle of attack. You're gonna stall.
Pitch in that. Yeah,
So-
I should have said pitch down.
Yeah. It's all good. Just get the nose down and then roll it out. That's the just big thing. Nose. Okay, so when let's say we were back in the icing. What anti-ice and de-icing do you have on board, and what's the difference?
We have none. Well, we do.
Sure?
We have the. So.
Did I put my bracelet in here?
Yeah. I'm on a meeting though, so.
Oh,
Yeah. So, as far as the wings, sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good, bud.
As far as the wings, we have nothing. Anti-icing would be, preventative measures.
Okay.
And then de-icing would be like a boot or
Right.
anything like that.
Are you sure you don't have anything? There's nothing at all.
We have our carb heat and our pitot heat.
You have carb heat and fuel injected?
Pitot heat, then, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
pitot
so-
heat. Pitot heat.
think we need to, because I fly both. We mix between. It's just
Yeah?
whatever they give me that day.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's
okay,
gonna be tricky because
we'll stick with fuel injected then.
yeah, just make it easy
Okay.
on yourself. Okay, so let's say you turned on the pitot heat. When are you gonna turn it off? Or the carb heat? You turn on both of them. Let's say you're in the carbureted plane. You turn on both of them. When are you gonna turn it off?
Probably keep it on till we're on the ground safely.
Yeah, keep it on until we're
Yeah,
on the down.
there's no need to turn it off.
Yeah, that's right. All right, good. Let's get into some weight and balance. All right, you're smoking this so far. Hell yeah, dude! And this is gonna be 3 times harder than your actual check ride. The DP
I
is
know. I feel like I'm stressing for no reason.
yeah. Honestly, I felt so confident in mine, and then 20 minutes before she got there, I was freaking out. And she sat down, and the worst part was she looked at my logbook and did all of her paperwork for an hour before we started. When I met her to by the time we started, it was an hour. I was sitting there like, oh my god, motherfucker, just talk.
That's out of control.
I know, and it'll probably be the same for you. So it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. But obviously, it's your first check ride, so you have no idea what it's like.
Yeah.
Okay, and it'll kind of be like what we're doing. They'll give you the scenario, and then you kind of just go off of it. I'm kind of jumping around, but that's just because I threw a bunch of questions in.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go to weight and balance. Where are all your measurements taken from?
The
What's that called?
datum point.
Okay, and then what is your CG?
Center of gravity is like if you were to, hang the plane
Mm-hmm.
from a string, it'd be perfectly balanced at that one point.
Okay, and then why is that important?
For efficiency, performance. Oh, I guess performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say you have a forward CG. What is that? What's the positive and negatives of that?
A forward CG.
A forward CG, yeah.
So forward CG, we're gonna have a higher stall speed.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to recover.
Okay.
More stable.
Yeah.
Higher cruise speed. And lower endurance.
Okay. It's lower cruise speed. But
Lower
everything
cruise
else
speed.
was correct. Yep.
Okay.
And then the opposite, the acid is going to be a higher cruise speed, lower stall speed.
Yeah.
You're going to decrease your stability, and then if you get in a stall, good luck with that FCG. I didn't realize when I flew to Phoenix on my cross country, I didn't know. Oh man, once I got to a certain fuel level low, I was too heavy front CG, and I just barely landed in time, and I realized that while I was flying. That was not fun.
Yeah.
So okay, there we go. So forward CG, yeah. CG. Okay, all right. So we did a weight and balance, which is great. Where was your CG roughly? Was it right in the middle, a little forward, a little aft?
Like the center of gravity of the plane?
Yeah, we said, front CG is a little, all the benefits, and the rear CG, there's all those benefits. Where was the one that you did for the weight and balance that you just sent me?
Oh.
Is it right in the middle, or is it way aft or way front?
I think it's...
Who did you do the CG with? Was it just you?
It was my instructor.
Okay.
Because I got his weight on the app that we use.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. Let's just say... All right, well, regardless, whatever. Let's say we're going to go for a flight. Let's take Mr. Powers and Gwen up to Sedona for lunch. And, two of us are a little lighter. We'll be up front. And then, Gwen and Powers in the back. Let's say they're 300-400 pounds, whatever, right? What's the risk associated with that? If we stick two really heavy people in the back,
yeah,
that's the problem.
So that'd be an aft CG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Is there anything we could do maybe to increase our weight up front a little?
We could potentially load our bags up. Well,
keep a bunch of
bring the bags to the back seats and have the luggage.
Yeah, or top off the tanks, get as much weight as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I guess that leads me to my next questions. How do you calculate your CG for fuel burns? Let's say we're going to Sedona. We're within limits with the guys in the back, and let's say when we get to Sedona, we have half a tank or whatever. How do we know? How are we going to calculate that? How do we make sure that we'll be able to be within limits when we are flying? Because
is there a formula?
Not really. It's more just like let's see how much fuel we're going to use. Estimate. Let's say 20 gallons, whatever. So we'll just say, okay, well, we're going to land with this much fuel. Let's redo our CG at that weight. And as long as it's still within, we're We can look at it and be like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're going to be shift from here to here roughly.
You say within, is that are you talking about the envelope?
Yeah, just within limits.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
obviously if you put it outside limits, you're overloaded by 6 pounds before you start. Just in general weight, CG's fine. Just 6 pounds. What can you do?
Take a gallon out.
Okay, that's what seems obvious.
Right, like
but
6 pounds. A gallon's is about 6 pounds.
Is there any other way? I mean, unless you do a bunch of push-ups or something. It's easier than I think. There really is. Nothing?
I don't know.
When you're doing your takeoff chart, it'll say give you an allowance for 1.1 for startup, taxi, run up. You're gonna burn it off. Yeah, I know. I was like, really? Damn.
So if we're max weight, well, I guess 6 pounds over.
Yeah, just 6 pounds over, or even a couple pounds over. I mean, when your takeoff chart, it'll say give 1.1 gallons for start, taxi, takeoff allowances, or whatever it says. It's different for each chart, but it'll say give this amount for startup, taxi, and just do an extra long run up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Let's get into some aerodynamics. So what's a spin?
We're gonna have low airspeed, little to none, and then our altitude is gonna be dropping drastically.
Mm-hmm. What is it like technically though? Like aerodynamically, like is it just
we have both wings are stalled.
Okay. Yeah. One's just more stalled than the other. How do you recover from a spin?
Opposite rudder, ailerons neutral, power idle, and then once we're recovered, pitch level flight, get that power back in, and just
Right. Well, so yeah, you just had it a little backwards. It's power idle first, pitch down because you're at a high angle of attack. It's not going to feel like it. You're pointing straight down basically, but you're still stalled. So I mean, when you spin over, you're going to bank over at a minus 45 degree angle of bank, and you're going to start spinning down. And even like this, you're stalled. So you need to push down even more, even if you're straight down.
So ailerons wouldn't be neutral. We forward aileron.
Elevator forward. Aileron's neutral.
Yeah, elevator. Yeah.
So yeah, you break the stall. So that leads me to the next question. Well, okay, and then hit the rudder and then recover.
Oh yeah.
Can a stall happen at any altitude? Can you stall upside down?
I don't think I'll.
I know.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, it can. Any attitude, any airspeed as well. Technically, it's just angle of attack. So, whenever we get together, we'll do an accelerated stall. So you're fast and you just full, deflection it, and you can stall at 100 knots, whatever. So okay, good. So unusual attitude, we did that. Yeah. Okay, how is lift generated?
Bernoulli's principle. So we have high pressure on the bottom, low pressure on top. Kind of creates lift.
Good.
Well, it does create lift.
Yeah. What are wingtip vortices?
It's the that low pressure or high pressure on the bottom wants to come up and circle around.
Spill out, spill over.
Yeah, so it comes up and out over and then hits the top and then creates that wingtip vortice.
Okay. When is wingtip vortices going to be the most extreme? In what configuration?
Big, slow, and clean, or heavy, slow, and clean.
Yep. Heavy, slow, and clean. Clean because the
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
when you're dirty and you got the flaps down, it deflects the airflow directly straight down, and it's going to create a bigger lift.
I see.
When it's clean, it has that extra ability to spill out over.
So really during takeoff is when it's gonna be.
Yeah.
The most extreme.
Basically.
Okay.
Or approach, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Heavy, clean, and slow. Let's see here. Let's say, okay, so you see a Learjet take off of the runway, and you can. It's a little bit windy, or a Learjet takes off. It's a little bit windy, directly heading a headwind. What are you gonna do to avoid the wake turbulence?
Take off. Ooh, the headwind.
Headwind. So it's blowing towards you.
Take off after, so rotate after they rotate.
Correct. And land before it lands. And the other thing is just wait. When I took out of Apple Valley, the 737 took off, and they gave us like a 6-minute wait time before. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would not be.
And I was
be too angry about that.
Yeah, I was in a plane that was 700 pounds, so that wasn't. That was a little scary.
That wingtip, like the downwash, like the wingtip vortices is the one thing that like I get so spooked about. Like, especially at Deer Valley, like we have these Gulfstreams and all these big private jets, and I like always ask my instructor, like, "Are we sure we're good?" He's like, "Yeah, we're fine."
Yeah, I mean, I felt it a little when we took off, but dude, I'm sure one of these days it's gonna throw us for a ride, and we're not. I know, I'm not ready for it.
You can't see it either.
Yeah. Same with like bumps. Like I hate the bumps, dude. I'm worried the wings are just gonna fold and that's it. Yeah. So, all right. What are the forces in straight and level flight?
Lift and drag, and then lift and thrust, weight and drag.
Mm-hmm. Are they all? Is one more than the other? If you're in straight and level,
they're all equal.
They're all equal. Yep. They're all equal. The actual forces are not the. If you're moving forward, technically you're accelerating it. I went down a big rabbit hole for that. All right, so after on the 27th or whatever, you're gonna be a private pilot. So what can you do before, or what can you do now that you're a private pilot that you couldn't do before?
Carry passengers.
Okay. Yep. Is there anything else?
Carry passengers. I cannot fly for compensation. I have to cover all costs, or at least a prorated share.
Okay. Do you unlock any airspace?
Ooh, bravo.
Yeah, okay. Are there any other weird requirements or things that you can do? Because there's that list in there. I can give you the regulation if you don't know it.
Is it like a sneaky one? Obvious?
Yeah, it's a couple of them. So the regulation 61-113.
Okay.
So you can act and log as PIC. You can carry passengers. You can volunteer for search and rescue missions.
Ooh.
You can fly for charity. Do glider tows. There's additional requirements with that one. You can demonstrate an aircraft as a salesperson after 200 hours. Fly in the Class B and act as a safety pilot. And usually they want to hear it, all that.
Okay.
So just check out 61-113.
Okay. I'll definitely try and remember it. I have my FAR aim right here, so after this I'll probably tag that 61-113.
61-113. And same with the limitation. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 limitations.
Is that in 61-113 or like 114?
No, 113. Yep, same thing.
Okay.
They're all scrambled together, which of course they are. But the limitation, you can't carry for hire, can't pay less than the pro rata share of fuel, oil, airport, blah blah blah. You can't fly into IFR or Class A, which is IFR. Can't fly a plane over 12,500 pounds. That's a type rating.
Okay.
And then if people, this is where it gets the gray area. It must be a common purpose if people are offering something. So let's say, I'll ask you. So your girlfriend wants to pay for a flight for you to go to Sedona. Can you do that?
Yes. No.
No. You have to pay for all of it, or up to the pro rata share. Where it can
what
get
is that prorated share? What is that?
Just
I
half.
don't know what.
So it's, let's say I go with 4 people, I can split it evenly with 4. Just pro rata means just half.
We could split it. We could chop that in half.
Chop it in half. Yep. I mean, you don't have to, but it's that's what they are legally allowed to pay up to, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know how that goes. But for example, like, let's say, I don't know, a Nickelback concert, whatever. Some guy offers you tickets to take him to, I don't know, Texas. He wants to go to Texas to go to the concert, and he'll give you a ticket. That is not allowed. It has to be you are already going to Texas, and he happens to tag along. It's just the FAA, because if they pull you over, or you run off the end of the runway and they find out you were getting compensated, they're gonna have a field day with you.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like technically that. Yeah.
So it'd have to be. Oh, you're going. I'm going. Like, why don't we fly?
Yeah. Which, again, yeah.
And then he could pay for it.
It's great. No, you still have to pay for all of it, but no and yes. Just look at 61-113.
Yeah,
and
I'll take a look. Yeah, I'll definitely.
It'll get all.
Okay.
The only time you can get compensated is flights for charity, search and rescue. They can pay you back, and if it's incidental to the business. So if you're, let's say you're flying to work, or whatever. You're flying to work, and they can pay for it, but you can't have people or property. This is all like, pretty great. This is just in case the GP digs. It should all be still in that regulation.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely tag that.
Yeah.
I have some sticky notes. I'll put it in there.
Good. And then, like, if you are a salesperson, you can't receive compensation for flying, but you can take a commission off the plane you sell. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. Where was I? We are getting close to the end. Okay, yes. Okay, so you said you have a Class 1 medical, right?
I do, yeah.
How long is that good for?
Well, the Class 1 is eligible, since I'm under 40, for 12 months.
12 months.
And then after that 12, you start getting into your Class 3 limitations. It becomes Class 3.
Right, your Class 3 privileges. And how long can you run off the Class 3 for? Because that's what I'm doing.
60 months.
60 months, that's 5 years. Yeah.
60 calendar months, yeah.
Yep. 60 calendar months. Okay.
So, another question.
Yeah.
That Class 3, when the Class 1 expires and it drops down to Class 3, what do you call it?
I'm just operating under that.
It goes straight to Class 3 or Class 2 and then 3?
Okay, well, how long does Class 2 last?
24 calendar months.
There's 12 months.
Oh, 12.
They're both 12 months for over 40 and under 40. So.
Oh, that's right.
So Class 1 is just going to be the exact same amount of time. I just lost this page. Damn it. Medical. Yeah, I know. It's honestly, this is just, bookkeeping stuff, and I'll send you what I made, and all that jazz. The Class 3 over 40 is 24. Yeah, the under 40 is the 60. Damn it, I keep clicking on it. It takes me all the way to the bottom. Okay. So, what's the calendar month? You said it's calendar month. What's the calendar month?
Calendar month is, so if, I got it January 5th.
Mm-hmm.
12 calendar months would be January, was it
30th or whatever the end of the month is.
30th. Yeah, end of the month. Yeah.
Okay. Can you act as a PIC if you don't have a medical? Okay.
No.
All right. What is a basic med?
Basic med is like separate from your class 1 through 3. Difference is any licensed physician doesn't have to be, I don't know.
AME? Yeah.
Yeah. So any licensed physician, and then you're limited to certain aircraft and altitudes, speeds.
Remember, don't speak as much because then they'll be like, all right, give me the speed, the altitude, all that. Yeah.
So just say and limited, or just say
it gives you limitations. Yep.
And limitations, okay.
I mean, they'll probably go down that path, but you might as well hope that they don't. What are the limitations and altitudes and speeds?
So 6 passengers.
Yep.
6 passengers. 17,999 feet.
18,000 feet. So Class A.
Okay, so
just IFR,
18,000 feet. 12,500 pounds.
And why that? We just went over it.
Because it's type rating.
Yeah, so a jet or something. Yeah.
200 knots.
250 knots. Yep.
Or it's 250. Okay.
250 knots. That's the max speed. Again, I'll send you this.
Okay.
And then the other limitations, you just can't fly for hire. You just can't get paid.
Yep. Okay.
That's really it. And then let's say you lose your medical. God forbid you took out this loan and you lose your medical. Can you go to a basic med?
Yeah.
No. You can't. No. You have
so
to. You can't have been denied a medical. Because the FAA is not going to be like, oh, you're not fit to fly. Let me get rid of your medical. And then just get a different medical and then fly under that. So you have to let it either expire. You just can't lose it for whatever reason. But again, with the limitations, you might as well just get the medical, especially if you can.
So then, what would be the point of a basic med? Like, you just
people who don't want to, go through the AME and
I see.
Just go to their whatever family physician and call it a day.
Yeah. Okay.
Older people, I don't know. Let's see here. That's all of your first section on the ACS. So you nailed that one. And then let's get into maps, weather, and cross-country plan, and we'll be done. Cool?
Okay.
All right. So let's say... Okay, so you're in this delta here, right?
Okay.
What's the VFR minimum for this? What kind of weather you got to hear on the radio to know that you're good?
So, more than 3 statute miles of visibility. 1,000 feet below, or 500 below, 1,000 above, and then 1 nautical mile horizontally from the clouds.
2,000 feet horizontally from the clouds.
2,000,
yeah. Think of 152. Cessna 152. Okay, good. So, what about this this blue? You see my cursor?
Yep.
What's this blue airspace right here?
That's Bravo.
That's Bravo. We don't want to go in there. Let's see here. What is this little flag right here?
It's a VFR checkpoint or waypoint.
Okay. So that's where all the controllers know. They see it on their little radar display.
Yep.
So this little yellow boxes all around. I see yellow, 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 yellow. What is the yellow?
Populated areas.
Okay. Yep. So yes, populated areas. Also a night visibility. This is what you're going to see at night on the terrain horizon. So yeah, you're right. Good deal. let's see here. This little blue line with the dots. What is this?
That's a wilderness area.
Okay. Are there any restrictions with the wilderness area?
No restrictions. Yeah, no restrictions, but there are recommendations.
What are the recommendations?
It's 2,000 feet AGO.
Okay. You want to be at least 2,000 feet. Let's look at this, for example. Right here, it says Salt River Bald Eagle Breeding Area. If you go blazing in there, technically it is a recommendation, but if you go blazing in there and a bunch of bald eagles stop breeding because you flew your plane, they're not gonna be happy with you.
Yeah.
Right. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. What is this little star right here? Right at the tip of the pointer.
There is a beacon.
A beacon. What color would you see come off that beacon when you're looking for it at night?
Be blue or green and white.
Yep, 2 flashes of white and 1 green, or 2 green, 1 white. It's one of those two. Okay, good. What is this big 7-2 right here?
That's the MEF.
MEA.
MEA.
And what is the 7-2 good for? I'm gonna log on to ForeFlight. Maybe that will be a little smoother.
It just shows us our. It just shows where the highest elevation is, or the highest point in that. That section of the. Was it the like that longitude and latitude box?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, exactly. It's the highest elevation in that box. Is there any buffer with that number at all?
There is. So if it's man-made.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my instructor broke it down for me.
Mm-hmm. The DP shouldn't dig on that. You should just know there is some buffer.
Okay.
Obviously, abide by it if you are choosing your cruise altitude.
Yeah.
You definitely want to abide by it, especially at night, because that can be pretty. What's this? The U right here.
Unverified.
Yeah, unverified. It just means they don't know what's on the field.
Mm-hmm.
What's this X right here? Oh, there it is.
Closed airport.
Abandoned. Yeah, close. Okay.
Abandoned. Yeah.
Why is? Let's see here. The runways on this diagram right here, they're inside the circle, and these are outside. There is no circle. Why is that? Same with like over here and here and here.
Inside the circle is just the runway length, so less than 10,000 feet.
Yes, I think it's 8,000 something, but yes, it's one of those. Okay, what is this little triangle dot with the spiky thing on top?
It's a lighted tower or lighted obstruction.
Okay. What about this parachute?
Parachute operating area.
Okay. What about the G?
Gliders.
Okay. What is this little thing with the compass around it?
That is a VOR. Well, Vortec.
Oh yeah. Okay. VOR Vortec. Yep. Let's see here. Why is this airport a circle?
Is it a dirt runway?
It is a dirt runway.
Or
good.
Unpaved.
Yep, unpaved dirt. What is this 9 degrees 30 minutes? This little red line that goes all the way across.
That's our line of variation.
Line of variation. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then, let's see here. This little red hashtag kind of outline thingy.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
It's a MOA.
Okay, are you allowed in an MOA?
Yes.
Okay, even if it's active?
We need clearance if it's active.
You sure? You don't need
I'm not sure
clearance.
now.
I know. You don't need clearance. You can bust right in. Obviously, don't bust right in.
Oh,
Because,
it's highly recommended.
yeah. I mean, the MOA
Okay.
is military, so there's going to be fast-moving, low-altitude jets that are purposely designed to be hard to see, right? That's what it is. So last thing you want to do is get all up in their grill. If you absolutely have to, there is a frequency here. You can talk to them, and it's in the sectional. And okay, so that's good. What is this restricted area? Yeah, that kind of gave it away. This R restricted area. Are you allowed to fly through a restricted area?
No.
There you go. All right.
No, even without. Well, I guess absolutely, like no clearance, nothing.
Well, you could ask for permission. You're not going to get it, but you can ask.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Let's see here. What is? I'm looking around. What is this? It's covered by the MOA. Let me see if I can get another spot that's not covered by the MOA. But you see the little dots along the.
Yeah, that's air defense identification zone.
Okay. What do you do if you cross that line without talking to anybody?
What do I do if
Yep.
I get encountered with some?
You get intercepted. There's an F-16 right off your damn wing, and they're shaking all around. Your cockpit's shaking because obviously it's loud. And let's say they start waving their wings back and forth. What's the procedure?
Follow them.
Follow them. All right. Do you know where to contact them on?
I don't.
All right. You contact them on the emergency frequency, so 121.5.
Okay.
When they rock their wings, you rock back, and let them know that you hear them. Because sometimes it could be you have a radio out and you can hear them, and they can't hear you, or vice versa, or whatever. And then if they turn in a direction, obviously follow them. So let's say worst case scenario, you get comms out. They'll come up next to you. They'll rock their wings. Either rock or don't rock. But if they turn, follow them, land, and you better have a good explanation for what you did.
Spring break to Mexico.
Yep. That would not be fun. Let's see here. Okay, what is this V393 right here?
It's a vector airway.
Okay, and what's this used for?
Connects VOR stations.
Okay. What is this VR one right here, this little gray one?
That's a military route.
That is a military route, so jets are going to be commonly flying those, so if you're crossing over, just, keep your eyes extra peeled.
Okay.
That is good. Let's see, so let's say you want to get on one of these routes, just because, whatever, they're already charted, it's right here on the map. What altitude should you be at? Let's say if you're going from here down to Tucson, what altitude would you want to cruise at?
I am not sure. This was one of the things that I've had trouble with recently. Yeah. Is what altitude they're at. So I see the V105.
Well, just what general altitude for your VFR cruising altitudes? What are your VFR cruising altitudes?
0 to 179 is odd. Plus 500, and then 180 to 360 is even plus 500.
Right. And do you have to do the 500, the plus 500?
Mm-mm.
You do. That is
Okay.
only because the IFR traffic, I'm only now just learning about this, but the instrument traffic is at the even thousands. So you're laterally spaced 500 feet in case,
Yeah.
When do you need to do your VFR altitudes? Above what amount of feet?
Like feet AGL.
Yeah.
Always.
It's above 3,000 feet. So if you're below 3,000 feet, you can go whatever altitude,
Oh.
whatever.
Okay.
What are the minimum? Okay, let's say you are going to be flying. You want to get as low as you possibly can, right over your house, regardless of airspace. How low can you go?
A 1,000 feet. No.
Yep, 1,000 feet above the ground.
1,000 feet. Okay.
Minimum.
And then 2,000 like.
Horizontally,
2,000
so a distance away, so that it's about half a mile.
Okay.
Okay, what about if we're way out here, middle of nowhere, there's nothing there. How low can you go?
500 feet.
So 500 feet from any structure or people or property. But otherwise it is, whatever the regulations say, it's, a safe altitude to, if you have an engine trouble, you can make a safe outcome. So there is no real. You can go 2 feet off the desert if you really wanted to. Obviously, that's not smart, but you can. So okay, that's good. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find some more symbols. Let's get some funky stuff because I know you're familiar with the Phoenix, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar with the Vegas one. Let's see here. Let's see, do I know anything up here? What is this right here?
Solar farm?
Yep, says it right there. Easy. So let's see right here, Jean Airport. Where does give me the airspace rundown from the surface all the way up to 18,000 feet for this one.
Okay, so from surface to 1,200 is Echo or Golf?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm gonna say Echo. I think.
Okay.
Echo.
Echo starts at 1,200. Echo starts at 1,200 normally, and it goes down to 700 on the inside of this gradient right here. So it's gonna be Golf up to 1,200, and then from 1,200 up to the Bravo, and then it's gonna be Echo again all the way up to 18,000.
Okay.
Unless there's something other than that. So here's another example right here, Mesquite.
Okay.
What about? Give me the rundown for this one.
Okay, so from surface to 700 is Golf.
Yep.
Golf. Okay.
And then 700 up, and then outside here it's gonna be 1,200 up, all the way up.
Okay, so it's Golf. So surface to 700. Oh my God.
I know, man. It's rough. It's rough. Here, let's look at this one right over here. So if it is a dashed magenta line, it is from the surface. Yeah. This is all E. E. All the red is E.
So dashed magenta is
from the surface.
From the surface.
On the sliding side of the magenta gradient, it's 700 and up, and then 1,200 and up. So from the surface, from 700, from 1,200.
To all the way up to
all the way up.
18,000.
Unless there's like a Bravo or something else overhand.
And that would be Golf.
Echo. This is all Echo.
Echo, okay.
So under here, let's say, it starts at 700, so everything else will be Golf under that.
Mm.
So you got the 700 here, so golf from here to 700, and then echo all the way up. Golf from here to 1200, or 11999, whatever, and then echo all the way up. So there is no golf here.
Okay, so the magenta swooping thing
Mm-hmm.
is golf.
On the gradient in,
Gradient, yeah.
is echo on the inside. Let me see if I can find a better example somewhere else. So okay, sure, this airport right here. On this side, echo starts at 1200 and works its way up. So golf is going to be from here to 1200, and on the inside, it's going to be echo starts at 700. So on the swooping side, see how it kind of gradients in?
Oh.
See how it kind of gradients in?
Yeah.
On the softer side is it sloping downward. So think of it as a funnel cake.
Yeah.
Or let's see here if I can find one with all three. Let's just pretend this is all echo. I mean, so echo starts at 1200 outside here.
Mm-hmm.
Echo starts at 700 inside the gradient, and then if this was echo, it would start at the surface. So think of it swooping downward.
Okay.
What is this right here? I'm seeing a whole bunch of lines and like a little whatever that is.
Windmills.
Windmill farm. Good. Let's see here. Do you want to directly fly over windmills?
No.
No. They up to like 2,000 feet, they can produce some weird wonky winds. Let's see here. Let's find something. Let's see here. So why don't you read me this this kind of text box right here?
So, Elkhart, Morton County, EHA is kind of the identifier. The weather is on 118.025. Field elevation is 3,622.
Mm-hmm.
And it's lit part-time.
Okay.
4,900 feet of available runway. And then the comms are, like, CTAF is on 122.8. And then right pattern for runway 4 and 35.
Okay, good. Read me this one for San Francisco.
So, no special VFR.
Okay, what's special VFR?
If... I know it's like some sort of like if
It's pretty rare.
Okay.
But it is on your ATS. So it's a clearance to allow you to fly in conditions that are less than VFR but more than IFR. So I'll ask you, what's the weather minimum for the special VFR?
For the Bravo?
Or not this Bravo, just in general. Just a special VFR clearance out of Deer Valley. What's the weather minimum?
Is it 1 statute mile?
It is 1 statute mile, and you have to remain clear of clouds.
Okay, so special VFR is 1 statute mile clear of clouds for all airspace, or?
If it allows it, yeah.
Okay.
San Francisco right here says, well, no special VFR. Then the only limitation with that is in class Delta, you, at night. Okay, so at night or in a class Delta at night, you have to be equipped for IFR and instrument rated. But at that point, you might as well just, be instrument rated.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. That crosses that off. Okay, let's say for whatever weird reason you wanted to get into Phoenix Sky Harbor. What equipment do you need on the plane?
Two-way communication, ADS-B out, and then a Mode C transponder.
Okay. And also there's a new one that you have to have, ADS-B out. You said it, never mind. Yep. Good. And what's the weather minimum for Bravo?
3 statute miles and clear of clouds.
Clear of clouds. Okay. And the reason it's clear of clouds is they don't have enough room for you to have 1,000 feet of space on it. And the reason is all these instrument approaches, they kind of hog up everywhere. So that's just the reason. I would say whenever your DPE gives you your scenario, just know the equipment and entry requirements and the weather minimums for all the airspaces that you're going into, over, around, just everything around.
Okay.
So that's really it for airspace. Okay, well, you know what? Let's look at the chart supplement for your airport, because I'm sure you're familiar with it. Okay, can you tell me the total runway available for runway 07 right? My cursor is not on it. I'll give you that hint.
It's 8,196 feet.
Okay.
And then landing distance would be 7,299.
Cool. And what's the elevation of the airport from this chart?
Elevation is 1478.
1478. Okay, good. That is...
Okay.
What altitude did you choose for cruising?
4,500?
4,000 for 500. Okay. I'm just going to kind of use some general... We have a plan to somewhere, and we'll just figure it out. What if your altitude was at, let's say, 12,000 feet? Would there be any concerns?
Oxygen.
Okay, what are some of the oxygen requirements?
So 12,000 feet, after 30 minutes, crew is required.
Mm-hmm.
And then 14,000 feet. I need to look into that too.
Look into it. It's a 91-11. So write that down.
Okay.
And above 12,500, it's after 30 minutes of exposure. And that's to 14,000. And then above 14,000, you need it immediately and for the entire duration. And then above 15,000, all occupants must have access to their own individual oxygen source. Do you know what the recommended use of oxygen is for altitude? Like what the FAA recommends?
As far as like altitudes,
or just for you using oxygen, what do they recommend? Because those are the laws. It's 10,000 feet during day and above 5,000 feet at night.
Okay.
Do you know why it's so low at night?
Our cones use oxygen, and at night they're working a lot harder to, see things and adjust to the low light that's available.
Right.
So it's just using up more oxygen.
Okay. And let's say we're at 12,499 feet. Do you need oxygen?
Yeah.
Legally, you don't.
Legally, no, yeah.
Legally, no. Obviously, right idea. Let's say you were just gonna fucking send it. No oxygen at 12,499 feet. What are our concerns?
Hypoxia.
Okay. Let's see here. What kind of? Yep, there's a whole section on human factors. So that was the other word that you were looking for.
Okay, yeah. I'm familiar with a lot of it.
Okay. So, what kind of hypoxia is for altitude?
Hypoxia.
Hypoxia. Let's see here. And then what is carbon monoxide poisoning? I never was able to answer your question earlier.
What is carbon dioxide poisoning?
Yeah, which type of hypoxia?
Oh, is it hypemic?
Hypemic. What is stagnant?
Stagnant hypoxia?
Yep.
Is that just when your blood vessels can't carry the oxygen?
No, that's histotoxic. So that's histotoxic is the inability for to effectively transfer it. Your red blood cells can't transfer oxygen. Drugs, alcohol, stuff like that. Stagnant is you're sitting weird and your leg goes to sleep. That's technically hypoxia.
Oh, okay.
You can get stagnant hypoxia from G-force, G-lock. Of course, you're not going to pass out in a Piper, or you may, I don't know, doing a too aggressive of a steep turn. Or the one thing you need to be aware of is your passengers. When they start flying with you, you need to alert them, especially on a low wing plane, when they hop out, to give their legs a shake and beware, because stagnant hypoxia, especially for people who've never flown, is definitely likely to happen. And there's people who have fallen off the wing and cracked their head and all that.
Yeah.
So that's something to just keep note of. How do you fix hypoxia? You get hypoxia. What do you do?
Get some oxygen.
Get some oxygen. Okay, if we're at 12,000 feet, let's descend, of course. Yep. And what are your symptoms for hypoxia? What are general symptoms? How do you know you're getting hypoxia?
Blue lips.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of them some tunnel vision?
Tunnel vision. Yep, visual impairment. Yep.
Okay, confusion.
Okay. Have you done one of the hypoxia chambers?
I haven't, no, but we watched a video and it was kind of humorous, but at the same time a little scary.
Yeah, so I've done it, and so what I felt, at least for me, and it's going to be the same, so I recommend doing it. Once you know your symptoms, they're going to be the same forever. Mine were tingling in the fingers, and I felt something weird in my head, like a headache almost. And let's see here, I couldn't think. So
yeah.
That was kind of mine. But the overall symptoms: their diagnosis, headache, decreased reaction time, impaired judgment, euphoria, visual impairment, dizziness, numbness, and tingling in your fingers. Oh yeah, tingling in the fingers. That's what I felt. Really bad. So. Okay, let's say you get carbon monoxide poisoning. Let's say, you put on the heater, and your passengers say, "Oh, I'm not feeling good." And so, what are you gonna do to get rid of it?
Close our heater.
Mm-hmm.
Open our storm window just to kind of get some fresh air in there.
Yeah, get some fresh air in there and cut off the circulation. The other thing is to land and get checked out. The laws say get checked out. Depends on how bad it is. Because they can stay up in the body for up to 24 hours. So, okay, so hyperventilation. Let's say you take your girlfriend up. She wants to go to Sedona for a nice lunch because they got a good restaurant up there. And you get up to cruise and she just starts panicking. Total panicking. What are you going to do?
Just have her kind of relax, slow her breathing.
Yep. And what could happen if you don't slow her breathing, or she doesn't slow her breathing? She says, "Oh, I feel lightheaded, I feel dizzy." She's tingling all over. It gets hot.
Could you mildly get
Yeah. I mean,
Carbon monoxide?
yeah. I mean, you can go unconscious.
Yeah.
The symptoms are basically the same for hyperventilation and hypoxia. You just gotta be mindful of what you're getting. So, for
Okay.
example, if let's say you, for example, because we know what we're doing now. If we're up at 11,000 feet and we start feeling a little tingly, chances are it's not hyperventilation. Chances are we're
Yeah.
probably getting hypoxia. But for
Yeah.
passengers, for the first time, yeah, they could probably be getting hyperventilation.
Okay.
So the treatment is tell them to talk out loud, sing, breathe into a bag, regulate their breathing rate. Oh,
Okay.
scuba diving. If someone has gone scuba diving,
Mm-hmm.
how long should you make them wait?
If it's a uncontrolled dive,
Mm-hmm.
12 hours.
Non-controlled descent. Yeah. Okay.
And then controlled is 24.
Right. Yep. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Alcohol. Let's say you went out to go see Mr. Powers and you had a drink or two. How many hours before you can fly?
8.
8.
8
Okay.
hours.
And what's the blood alcohol content?
0.04%.
0.04. Okay. And then let's say it's been 9 hours or whatever, and you still feel a little. Yeah. Don't send it.
No go.
Sometimes it can take up to 12.
Okay.
Let's see here. Drugs, obviously no illegal drugs, blah, blah, blah. What about just like normal, let's say Dayquil. Can you take Dayquil? Why not? Because NyQuil
it's non-drowsy.
It's non-drowsy.
So,
you'd have to check. That's the formal answer. You'd have to check.
Say maybe check the medications list.
The medications list. Where do you find a medications list? Where is it?
Is it just? I think it's just FA medications list.
Yeah, FA has one. There's also if you look up AMAS, AMAS, medication
AMAS.
database. It's not an official FA site, but it's just it's easier to scroll through. You can put any name of any medication, generic or whatever, and it'll tell you how long and side effects and all that jazz. So you just got to make sure you follow that, because let's say you, I don't know, break a leg and they give you something and then you try to go flying after, you just got to make sure it's approved.
Okay.
Let's say we go to take Mr. Powers and Quinn up and they want to have a drink up in Sedona. Can we allow that?
No.
We can't.
Unless we stay, like if we were going to go up
Mm-hmm.
and then come back, no.
Correct. So you can't take people under the influence. What if it's an emergency?
Yes,
Then you can. Yeah. Or if it's a medical thing and they have it under control. Which, if someone's trying to get in with you as a private pilot for a medical emergency, can you imagine? That'd be crazy.
Ugh.
Let's dig in just a little more. Oh man, how do you make sure that you're safe before each flight?
The I'm safe. So illness, medication, stress, fatigue, alcohol, and then emotions.
Yeah, external factors, so eating, emotions, all that. Yeah. That's good. Obviously, be smart about it, If you had a long day at work and you want to go fly after, you know how it is. The second you get home from flying, you're done.
Dude, it's, yeah.
Okay, what are some hazardous attitudes?
Macho, invulnerability, there's...
What type of hazardous attitude is, let's say you ignore ATC instructions because you think you know better?
it's like above the law one.
Yeah.
Is it macho?
Anti-authority.
Anti-authority,
Yes,
yeah.
there it is. What about a pilot stops troubleshooting, you get an engine fire, and you just give up. Yeah, that's it. Count your day. Let's see here. What are the 3 types of weather briefings?
There's Outlook, Standard, and Brief.
Abbreviated, yeah.
Abbreviated, yeah.
Let's see here. What is... trying to find one. What's an airmet?
An airmet is a weather report that all pilots, it's not a very significant one, but all pilots should still kind of pay attention. And they give information like about storms and...
Mm-hmm. What are the 3 types of airmets?
There's Zulu, Tango, and Sierra.
Okay, what are the 3 types? And what are they
Zulu
for?
is icing.
Okay.
Tango is going to be your turbulence, and then Sierra is mountain obstructions.
Yeah, IMC conditions well. Yep, okay. Let's see here. If you see a convective segment issued, are you going to go fly?
No.
Can you give me an example of a convective segment? Let's see if we can find one. Segment.
Would be hail, like 3/4 of an inch greater.
Okay. Well, I'm looking right here on the screen. I got convective segment covering right over Phoenix right now. So, can you read me this? Or just at least the top right here.
Yeah, so you get your time. Start to finish. Top is at 37,000 feet.
Okay.
And it looks like the wind is moving from 200 at 30 knots.
That's some pretty high wind speed.
Yeah.
So, all right, good. And then let's look at the airments now that we were talking about it. We got one for a turbulence high up here. Base is at 22 and tops at 37 mod turbulent. So that's not an issue for us, at least there. Is an airment an absolute guarantee that there will be turbulence in this whole area?
No.
No. It's just a forecast saying conditions may exist. So, okay, good. Let's see here. Let's go into a METAR. Let's key AVT. That's Deer Valley, right? Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Okay, can you read me this METAR?
Yeah. So you get your identifier, your time.
Mm-hmm. What is the time?
Wind. So it'd be.
Break it all down.
The 10th.
Mm-hmm.
At 15 or at 1:53 Zulu.
Okay.
200 at 4 knots is our wind. Visibility is 10 statute miles, which is great. Then we get into the clouds. So there's few at 4,100 feet.
Okay.
Broken at 9,500. Another layer of broken at 12,000. Your altimeter or temperature and dew point. Your altimeter setting, which is 298.8. And then you get into the remarks. So AO2 is your... this would basically give you like your type of precipitation.
Okay.
And then PK wind.
Yeah, now we're getting into the tricky stuff. So, I can help you out with this last part. Peak wind was reported at 200 at 35 knots at 01:19.
Okay.
So this report was taken at 01:53, and the highest wind was at 200 heading 35 knots. Okay. And then lightning distance from the northeast and the east. So rain began 19 minutes ago at the start of the hour. It ended 40 minutes. And thunderstorm began 15 minutes. It ended at 30 minutes. And then it's just your sea level pressure, which is just the altimeter in a oh god, what is it called? Millibars rather than altimeter. Or yes, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the more precise of that. Okay, so good. That's a good METAR. Let's look at the TAF. Why don't you read the TAF for me?
Okay, so kind of the same thing. Day, time it was issued, and then your valid time. So from tomorrow at 02 to 24. This is valid for, and METAR or TAFs are valid for 24 to 30 hours. Wind is 230 at 7 knots, greater than 6 statute miles. Showers in the vicinity. Clouds are broken at 7,000. And then another layer at 10,000. And then temporarily.
From this date, this time, we're seeing 170, 20 gusting to 30, 5 statute miles, thunderstorms scattered at 3,000, broken at 50,000, cumulonimbus clouds. That means we probably shouldn't be flying during this time. And then same thing as before for all the rest. Let's just have you read. Just read this one right here.
So at MGM, at 9,000 feet, the wind is
I know these are not fun.
2526. So would it be the wind is at 252 at 6 knots, and the temperature is 8 Celsius.
Close. It's 250 heading. It's always to the nearest zero. So 250 at 26 knots. Plus 8.
Temperature.
And then once it gets over here, minus 11 degrees. Let's see, because usually... I guess all the winds are high here. Oh, this is at cruise, so of course it's going to be. Once you get up to ones that start with like a 7, like this, that's where it gets really tricky, because you have to like subtract 50, or it's for decoding winds that are over 100 knots.
Okay.
So, not anything we should be dealing with. And if the DP says so, just say, I'm not going to be flying in those kind of conditions. Let's read just a quick PIREP from Deer Valley, whatever's closest. Okay, let's read this one. Or I'll have you read that one.
Okay.
And you can start from about here.
Okay, so we got time.
Yep.
Flight level 410, so 41,000 feet.
Yep.
Type is a 737, and some turbulence.
Yep. Constant light chop. So.
Oh, okay.
Let's say this A321 right here, moderate chop. Forget the altitude. If that was at 6,000 feet, would you go fly in your little Piper?
No.
No. Okay, good. That's good. Let's go to a prog chart. All right. This is going to be fun. What is this Blue H?
It's a high pressure system.
Okay. And What kind of conditions are usually with a high pressure system?
Stable air.
Okay, so stable air. So clear skies, stable air, light winds, dry conditions. What about this L?
That's low pressure system.
Low pressure system. So that's going to be the opposite. It's going to be unstable air, poor visibility. Obviously, this green is indicating rain right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this little line right here? This little dash orange line.
It's a trough.
It is a trough. Yes. So that is a line of low pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, great. What is... So we know high and low pressure. That makes sense. Let's let it load again. There we go. What is this blue line right here?
That's a cold front.
It is a cold front. And then let's go back to the high and low pressure real quick. Which direction does this high pressure go? Does it go this way? Does it go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
High pressure does go clockwise. It also goes outwards and down, so it pours, high pressure downward and cool conditions. So low pressure is counterclockwise, and it's going to throw. If it's moist air, it's going to throw it up into the atmosphere, and if that happens, what conditions are we expecting? Hot, moist air.
Thunderstorms and
thunderstorms. What are the three stages of a thunderstorm?
There's the cumulus, mature, and the dissipating.
How do you know the mature stage has started?
When rain begins.
Okay. And let's say you're flying towards the thunderstorm and you see off to your left, you're flying directly towards it. Off to your left is some clouds and some rain. It's obviously raining. But then off to the right, it's perfectly clear, but the anvil of the thunderstorm is pointing in that direction. Which way are you going to fly into?
Say this again?
What's that?
Say the question again?
So you're flying into a thunderstorm. Let's say, man, I wish there was like a draw tool or something. Let's say you're flying directly toward the thunderstorm. Off to your left are some clouds and some rain, and off to your right it is clear and a million. But the thunderstorm anvil is pointing in that direction. Thunderstorm right in the middle.
We'd go left, so like opposite of that anvil.
Why would we want to avoid the anvil?
Because, it may look clear, but there's still rain and hail that can be dropped out of that anvil.
Yes, the hail can be thrown out at up to 40 miles away. Let me see if I can get a photo up here. If my computer doesn't decide its time is now. Okay, yeah. So you're flying along, and yeah, you don't want to go under the anvil, that's for sure. Okay, let's go back to our pressure systems. So we know high pressure and low pressure. Let's say you're at Deer Valley Airport, right? And the tower, you're out practicing, and the tower is saying, okay, altimeter is 2997. Okay. And then a couple minutes later, tower says altimeter is now 2991. You do another touch and go or two, and tower updates again 2988. Right? What conditions could we expect with the drop in altimeter?
Bad weather, so like winds, thunderstorms.
Yeah. So it's just low pressure. Your altimeter is getting lower pressure. The air is getting lower, which means winds are going to start picking up, and then unstable air, and If it's moist, there goes your thunderstorms and your clouds and all that jazz. So that's how we connect all of these dots into one. Same with high pressure. If it's altimeter is 3, oh goodness, 323, 3023. That's a pretty high pressure. It should be pretty smooth and pretty clear.
Yeah.
So, and you also get good performance. So this blue you said was what front again?
Cold.
Okay, and what does this bring?
That brings cumulus clouds, poor weather, strong winds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and is this fast or slow compared?
It's fast.
Okay, it is fast. What is this right here? There's 2 different colors right here.
That's a stationary.
Stationary front, and yeah, it's just stationary. It's just not moving.
Mm.
So let's see if we can find a high pressure system somewhere in here. I guess not. It's just all low pressure. Okay. So this low pressure is rotating in which direction again?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. So that is correct. You can see how the low pressure is curving down here. And if there is moisture or the dew point is high, right, it's going to throw it up into the air, and that's where you're going to get your thunderstorms. What are these lines right here?
Those are isobars.
Okay. And what's an isobar?
It just measures the pressure in that area.
Yeah, it's just a line of pressure in millibars. So yeah, it's just a line of pressure. Yeah. All right, good. Let's see here. Temperature, winds, turbulence, icing. So we know how to read all this. This is all advanced stuff. You don't need to worry about that. Temperature. Okay, yeah, that's great. I'm pretty happy with your weather. What type of clouds would you want to avoid at all cost?
Cumulus clouds.
Okay. Are there any particular ones over mountains?
Lenticular.
Lenticular, yes, that is correct. Lenticular clouds. What are some general families of clouds?
There's stratus, stratus nimbus.
Mm-hmm.
Your cumulus, cumulonimbus, cirrus. You have your cirrus clouds.
You have your cirrus clouds. Okay. Let me find my cloud slide. Oh man. Okay. Nimbus, cumuliform, stratusform. Again, we shouldn't be flying in clouds. You don't really need to.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Anvil shape. Yep. Okay. What type of turbulence? What are some different types of turbulence?
Moderate. Well, there's light, moderate, and severe.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like another word. Not like what are different categories of turbulence? Not in the reporting aspect, but in how it's caused, I guess.
Advection. So like upslope, like wind moving up, like a face of a mountain.
Okay, so there's convective currents and mechanical turbulence. Mechanical is caused by trees and buildings. Yeah, that. And then convective is just the general heating of the earth and all that.
Okay.
What do you do if we're in turbulence? What's the protocol?
Straight and level flight, and then fly at our VA.
Yeah.
But just under it.
Just under it. Why do we want to fly at that speed?
Because any abrupt movement, we may exceed that angle of attack, and we're at risk for stalling.
Okay, what is VA?
Our maneuvering speed.
Okay, so VA is our maneuvering speed, which allows for one full abrupt maneuver of a flight control surface without damage to the aircraft. Now the key word is only one. So if you fully stomp on the rudder, you'll be fine at that speed, and then of course anything under. You can't be oscillating or anything like that. Because if you go all the way full deflect and then full deflect the other side and then full deflect again, you'll snap the tail off.
Yeah.
If you're above VA, right?
I was told that it's that we stall before any structural
Yes,
damage.
it is.
Okay.
So it's a stall. It's literally like the last. If you look at the VG diagram, it'll point it out. Write that down and take a look at that VG diagram.
VG diagram.
Yeah. It's and you'll see all the different points. Because everything else just causes a stall. Okay, so thunderstorm. Like I said, we're flying towards the thunderstorm. How far away should we stay away from it?
20 miles.
Okay, that's illegal. Yep. Let's see here. The answer to impress the DP is I'm going to land the plane and not. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what is... I'll make a couple more things here. Okay, let's say you see like a Virga in the clouds and you just see like a big wash of just rain. What is that?
Downwash.
Okay.
Or microburst.
Microburst. How long can a microburst last?
Only a couple minutes.
Okay. Yep. For the peak wind, yeah, like 2 to 4 minutes. It can last about 15 minutes totally. How intense can these microdrafts be?
Very.
Very intense. Do you have a number in mind? Do you know?
Like, as far as...
Just downdraft. I mean...
Our descent, like up to 1,000 feet per minute?
Up to 6,000 feet per minute.
I was going to say it, but I was like, that sounds so crazy.
It does sound crazy.
So it is 6,000?
It is 6,000 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Up to 6,000. That's the most intense. Yeah.
Okay.
It can be anywhere from 1 mile to 2 in diameter. It's going to be a strong headwind and then a strong downdraft and a strong tailwind. What do you do if you get into a microburst?
Just try and, I don't know, like just try and get through it. Just keep the plane level and just truck through it.
Full power and pitch for VX. Hold on, yeah. Why would we pitch for a VX?
I don't know.
What is VX for in general?
That's our best rate of climb.
Best, yeah. So you're gonna get off in the shortest possible distance. Why do we use VX in general?
Because we're trying to get, counteract that downdraft that we're in.
Sure.
So
I mean, not in the sense of a microburst, but for takeoffs. When would we use a VX?
To clear obstacles.
Clear obstacles. Okay. And even like if you're at cruise and you got to climb a mountain, and we just want to get the best possible climb rate possible, VX. Yeah. So we use VX for a lot of things. Okay. Icing we've covered. Fog and mist. Sure. Let's go over it. What's advection fog?
Advection is like warm, moist air, moving up a mountain, and then it hits that colder air. And
what is a radiation fog?
It's when the ground cools into warmer air.
Yeah, so cool air goes over a warm surface.
Okay, so
this is most common in Phoenix because we'll, the heat from the summer, and then let's say you're at a golf course, you live near a golf course, the moist air will cause advection fog nearby.
So the cool moist air will move over
a warm surface, yeah.
Okay.
And then steam fog is the opposite, cold air over warm water. Think of you're boiling water, or you're in the shower, whatever. Frost, we got frost. Oh, are you allowed? Okay, you go out to the plane. There's frost on the plane. Can you? What's the hazard of having frost on the plane?
Increased weight, decreased performance, smooth air over the wing airfoils, or
Yeah, increases weight and decreases lift. So 2 things we don't want. Let's see. How are you gonna mitigate frost? You got a morning flight. We want to take Mr. Powers and Gwen to Sedona. It's the winter, and we get out to the plane and it's frosted over.
Throw our defroster on.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's frost everywhere on the wings, outside, on the whole surface of the plane. Have you flown yet in winter? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I haven't had any frost.
Okay,
Any issues with frost yet.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
You just wipe it all off. Try
Wipe
and
it
make
off.
sure you get everything.
Yeah. Yeah. We usually want to use the best way is to let it melt. Get it in the sun and let it melt. But yeah, scrape it off. Use a credit card or a scraper. Sometimes there's fluids, but obviously we don't want to hurt the plane. And then actually, it is illegal to take off with frost or ice or snow adhering to any windshield, control surface, anything. That's 91.527. My DP told me that one. So.
Okay.
A couple more questions, and then we'll be done. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. Obviously, like, if it's not VFR, you're not going. What are your weather minimums? Just like yours in general, your personal ones. Do you have them?
Yeah, I do. I think it's 8. I think it's, I have it right here. I want to say it's 8 crosswind.
8 crosswind, that's a lot.
Yeah, 15 total wind, and then 8 knots of crosswind.
That's more than mine. I won't go if it's like 10.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to.
I hate even like 6. It's just.
Yeah, it's rough. And then I'm trying to get my CFI to go up with me when it's like 27, gusting 30. And God.
Yeah, that's.
All right, let's see here. You're cruising along and your iPad dies. Do you have any other ways to back up your flight?
My PFD or my MFT.
Okay, MFD, sure, that's great. Cool. What if you lose electrical like we did before, and your iPad dies? What are 2 forms of navigation we can use?
Piloting or pilotage and dead reckoning.
What are those? What is it?
Dead reckoning is kind of what we do on here on these paper nav logs, time to distances and then headings. And then pilotage would just be, visual.
Visual landmarks.
References, yeah.
And the best way to at least show that you know that to the DPE is just show that you have it on the screen, on your iPad, on the paper, and on pilotage. Mix everything together, and if you do that for all your flights, if one thing goes down, you won't be lost.
Yeah.
Okay, we did all that. That's good. Okay, last couple things. So, let's say you haven't flown in 95 days. And you want to take your girlfriend to Sedona. Can you do it? No? What do you need?
No. 3 landings during the day. They can be touch and go.
Yep.
But at night they have to be full stop.
Okay, good. When is night?
It's an hour after sunset.
Are you sure about that?
Is it 30 minutes? So
it's 30 minutes when it's technically night, and you can start logging nighttime. It's an hour when you have to do the landings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not 30 minutes. So if it's 40 minutes after sunset, can you log?
You can log nighttime once you get to a private and your night current and all that. But for the landing specifically for currency, has to be at least an hour after sunset.
Okay. So 45 minutes would be, we're flying and we get back
Yeah.
45 minutes after that sunset, 15 minutes before an hour after sunset,
Right.
they are still day landings, but night hours.
Well, okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. Let's say, do you have ForeFlight up right now? Or can you get ForeFlight up?
Yeah.
When was sunset today? Or when did it say on the...
Let's take a look.
Because that's where it gets a little tricky. You can fly up to a certain amount before night.
6:32.
6:32.
Sunset was at 6:32.
Okay. So, my question is, 6:32 was technically when the sun, went behind the mountain and went down. So, when is technically nighttime according to after 6:32? Because 6:32, yeah, it's night, but that's just sunset. When is it technically night?
7:32.
It would be 30 minutes after. Let's just say it's 6:30.
So the evening civil twilight.
Correct. So 7:02 would be when it's technically night, and then 7:32. Okay, so we had technically sunset at 6:32. That doesn't mean anything. You can start logging nighttime at 7:02 because that's officially night. And then 7:32, that's only an hour after sunset. It's only for just proficiency landing for you.
Okay.
Everything else is just 30 minutes after. So, with that being said, if you are not night current, what time can you be back with passengers before it's illegal?
7:02.
Yeah, 7:01. Yeah, 7:02.
Or what? Yeah.
Yeah. So 7:02. Good. Let's see here. Obviously, I mean, it's gonna be dark physically out, so it's probably not a good idea. Let's go over one more thing. Let's say you get out to the plane, and this is the last two things. Let's get out to the plane, and tachometer's out. Can you fly? VFR?
No.
No. Okay. What about at night? Let's say we do a night flight, and you notice the landing light's out. Can you legally do it?
Is it 91,205?
91,205.
Oh, I think so. Yes, if it's not for compensation or higher.
Correct. Now, is that a
Including
smart
inflation.
idea?
No.
Yes. Okay. There we go. So 91,205, 91,215, 8 tomato flames, and then of course we have our annual inspections and all that jazz. But I'm sure you got it. We're good.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It's 8 p.m. So that's good.